The first hour decides everything, not the whole day, not the whole week, the first hour of the day. Because momentum begins immediately, you either step forward with force or you drift. There is no neutral start. When you wake up, your brain is unstable, it is soft, it is influenceable. The first input becomes direction. If the first input is noise, your direction becomes scattered. If the first input is discipline, your direction becomes sharp. Look at training. When you begin a workout weak, distracted, or focused, the entire session collapses. Your posture drops, your intensity fades, your sets shorten. But when you begin strong, when the first set is aggressive, controlled, intentional, the entire session rises. The body follows the beginning, so does the mind. Most people lose before they start. They roll over, they delay, they negotiate with the alarm. 5 minutes becomes 20, 20 becomes panic, panic becomes rushed movement. Rushed movement destroys control. Control never appears later if it is absent early. Winning the first hour is not about motivation, it is about domination. Domination of environment, domination of impulse, domination of hesitation. The first decision of the day must be physical. Movement before thought, action before analysis. You wake up, you stand up immediately. No scrolling, no lying down thinking. You move because motion kills mental resistance. The body obeys faster than the mind. When your heart rate increases, clarity increases. When your blood moves, doubt reduces. This is mechanical, not emotional. The first hour is where weakness tries to survive. It whispers, "You are tired, you deserve rest, start slow." That whisper shapes the day if you obey it. If you override it, you expand. Expansion begins with force, cold water, hard reps, fast pace, deliberate breathing. You shock the system. You establish authority. You show your own brain who is in charge. If you begin gently, your brain assumes softness. If you begin intensely, your brain assumes strength. Assumption becomes identity. Identity drives performance. Most people think success requires extreme days. No, it does not. Success requires decisive starts. A weak morning infects every hour. A strong morning stabilizes chaos. Chaos exists everywhere. Notifications, deadlines, conversations, pressure. But when the first hour is won, external noise feels smaller because internal structure is already established. Your body has already moved. Your focus has already sharpened. Your direction has already been chosen. You are not reacting, you are operating. During exercise, the first set is everything. It sets tempo, it sets breathing rhythm, it sets expectation. If you attack the first set, the rest follows. If you ease into it, you chase intensity all session. Life mirrors your intensity. You cannot start passive and expect aggressive output. Energy does not spike randomly. Energy compounds from momentum. Momentum is built immediately. Right now, ask yourself, what does your first hour look like? Is it structured or is it accidental? Accidental mornings create accidental outcomes. Structured mornings create controlled progression. The first hour must contain 3 elements: movement, silence, direction. Movement activates the body. Silence activates the mind. Direction activates execution. Without these, you begin reactive. Reactive people never lead. They respond, they adapt, they cope, but they do not command. Winning the first hour does not mean complexity, it means clarity. Wake, move, train, plan, execute. Simple but strict. Being strict builds power. Power builds confidence. Confidence builds speed. Speed builds output. Output builds position. Position builds freedom. Freedom begins at sunrise. When you hesitate at sunrise, you hesitate all day. When you attack sunrise, you attack opportunity. The first hour is where discipline lives. After the first hour, the world interferes. Meetings, conversations, obligations. But before the world touches you, you must strengthen yourself. If the first thing you do is consume, you become influenced. If the first thing you do is produce, you become influential. Production creates authority. Authority builds control. Control shapes destiny. This is not dramatic, this is structural. You either control the beginning or the beginning controls you. During training, you do not warm up lazily if you want peak performance. You warm up with intent. You increase tempo intentionally. You establish breathing. You establish rhythm. Then intensity rises naturally. Your day requires the same. The first hour is your warm up for your life. If you skip it, you perform cold. Cold performance equals inconsistency. Inconsistency destroys growth. You want aggressive growth, then your mornings must be aggressive, not chaotic. Aggressive is discipline, immediate standing, immediate hydration, immediate physical movement, immediate structure, no bargaining, no emotional debate. You move before the mind argues. That is power. Power is not loud. Power is decisive. Decisive people do not think about starting. They start. Starting creates momentum. Momentum erases resistance. Resistance fades under repetition. Repetition. Repeat strong mornings for 30 days and watch identity change. You no longer feel like someone trying to improve. You feel like someone operating at a higher level because repetition reshapes belief. Belief reshapes behavior. Behavior reshapes outcomes. Winning the first hour creates clarity. Clarity reduces distraction. Reduced distraction increases efficiency. Efficiency multiplies progress. You do not need 16 productive hours. You need one dominant hour. That hour sets standard. That hour establishes rhythm. That hour builds edge. Edge compounds. If the first hour is protected, everything else aligns easier. But if the first hour is weak, you spend the rest of the day recovering. Recovery wastes energy. Prevention builds power. Prevent chaos by dominating the start. Your alarm is not a suggestion. Your alarm is a trigger. When the alarm rings, you stand. That is non-negotiable. When you stand immediately, you eliminate doubt. When you eliminate doubt early, confidence increases. Confidence builds execution speed. Execution speed separates high performance from average ones. Average people delay. Operators initiate. Operators win early. Win the first rep. Win the first minute. Win the first decision. Because small victories stack. Stacked victories create momentum. Momentum becomes identity. Identity becomes dominance. The day cannot overpower someone who has already established authority over themselves. So tomorrow morning is not casual. Your morning is strategic. You do not drift. You attack your morning. You design your morning. You execute. And you finish your morning knowing you are ahead. Ahead of distraction. Ahead of hesitation. Ahead of weakness. This leads to growth. Win the first hour consistently and the rest becomes easier. Lose the first hour consistently and the rest becomes survival. Decide which version you choose because your first hour of the morning always shapes your day. Win your first hour of the day.